They were just waiting for class, and I love, I love that kind of patience. So Rod, when you're ready with YouTube, you can tell us so that we just kick off directly. Thank you, Daisy, Sally, for being in, and the awesome singing, and Margaret, Odera. Thank you for joining in. Thank you, Faith, and Lynette. You are all welcome, and thank you for your obedience. Having to keep you here at 7 p.m. It's actually very humble of you guys. Thank you. I think Rod is settling things, and I'll just I will just kick off straight away. Thank you, Rod. Rod is saying we are already live. Thank you, and the link is already out. So we can kick right into this. Our first lesson was about singing techniques, and we extended that to the next to the second lesson on Tuesday. We did the techniques again on Tuesday, and then yesterday, Wednesday, we were talking about performing arts, and we talked about a number of things that you need to know as a performer, and as a musical performer specifically, because I also told you that performing arts goes a long way to dance and theater and puppetry and all that. So thank you guys for being here today, as we are going to talk about something different, and that is songwriting. So straight away, we are going to kick into it, talk about songwriting. Now, we have a lot of musicians, we have a lot of songs we listen to, we have a lot of music we love, and we are also able to differentiate between which is good music, which is a good song, and which is a bad song. And we are also able to know which song is properly written and which one is not properly written, because there is a lot to do with songwriting that maybe we don't know. We just know good music, and we know music that sounds good, and we know music that does not sound good. We know how to predict which track is going to the Grammy Awards, and we know which ones are just going to the inaitwangwa mamas. Kitu kama hiyo, and we know which ones are going to different award categories, because we know what's good. And today we want to know, actually, not what's good, how to make something good. In Kenya, I have a very good example that I talk about like almost all the time, the Sauti Sol. They have a group, they are a group that really invest, apart from the talents they have, also their music, the way they write their songs is just amazing. And they make the difference here in Kenya. They really make the difference. Actually, I think Kenya and East Africa, they are doing a good job. And you might be wondering, which brains do they have that you don't have? There are actually a number of fundamentals that you need to know before you are a songwriter. And that brings us into who is a songwriter. That person who is able to compose, to write a piece of music or song that that is sweet to the ear. So a songwriter is a musician who professionally composes music and writes lyrics for songs. So someone who professionally composes music and write lyrics for songs, that is who a musician is. A songwriter is. And in the ancient times, in the classicals, they used to be called composers, because classicals, especially those instrumentals, jazz and stuff, those people were not writing lyrics. They were writing like now music. There's a difference between people who write lyrics. Actually, people who write lyrics alone are called lyricists. A person who writes lyrics alone is called a lyricist. And those who write poems, they are also lyricists, because he's not focused on how it's going to sound. He doesn't want to know how it's going to sound. Maybe what is bothered about is the rhyme of the words, not of the music, the rhyme of the words and how the words have been arranged. That is the work of a lyricist. Now, a composer is someone who does the lyrics and also does the writing of the music. And I'll just get deeper into that to at least clarify that there are different methods of people, different methods that people use to write music. And you know, we are also talented in different ways. There are prominent music composers and songwriters who didn't go to any music school, so they know nothing to do with the music sheet ile yenye watu wanatumia for sight reading. They know nothing about that, but they are still able to compose good music. And then there are those that don't know how to compose music unless they are going to use those, you know, notations and stuff to compose their music. So there are also people who first write the lyrics down, and then they will find a tune for the song. There are those who find the tune first, and then they say, I love that progression. Then they will look for words to fix in. Then there are those that know properly what they want, so they write the tune and they have the words already, and it's not a struggle for them. And that, you know, we are also talented in different ways. So there are those who have gone to music school. They are able to do the music composition by notation, and there are those that don't know that. There are those that know how to do the sight reading, but they can't write music. So, you know, you need to know your place. So right now, I don't want to talk to you like someone who has gone to a music school. I want to talk to you like
Is it just me or Mehan?
Amepotea.
He's disappeared.
Let's give him some time to come back. I think his network is a bit issue.
Amerudi.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Niliachia wapi about
wacha tusikie kama walikuwa wanapay attention.
Yeah, because maybe
we don't want to talk to you like someone who has been to a music school.
Yeah, then okay. I said like 5 paragraphs. From then. Kumbe hata network yangu haiko. So like I was saying, I want to speak to you like someone who is talented and not a music scholar or something of the sort. So when we talk about music composition, there are 3 things that you are supposed to know as a songwriter. And one of them is melody of the song, or melody that you're going to use to write, and the song structure and the vocals that you want in the song. So 1, melody, 2, song structure, and 3, vocals. Now, that brings us to knowing what melody is. Let me just adjust something here. Knowing what melody is, knowing what a song structure is, and I don't want to talk about vocals because that is what we've been doing like from the beginning of time, from the beginning of the lessons. So we will talk about melody today, and we will talk about song structure, because those are very vital vital aspects of songwriting that you need to know, whether you are a music scholar or you are just talented like we all are. You want to really know the melody that you want to choose for your song and the song structure. So melody is like a combination of tunes that make up music. Melody is actually the music that you listen to. Leave alone the words, leave alone you know, the lyrics that you love, that you fall in love with, the words that cut deep into your heart. Achana na hizo. Now, melody is the music part of it, and comes from a Greek word called meloidia. I don't have to write that for you. Meloidia. So that is where the word melody is derived from, and it is a succession of musical tones. It is a succession of musical tones that are made to sound to the ear as one entity. So that's what melody is, a succession of tones that is made to sound to the ear as one entity. So from the beginning of the song to the last to the last part of the song, whatever you've been listening to throughout the song that you love, that is what we call melody. The combination of tones, or the succession of successive tones that have been made to sound to the ear as one entity. That is what melody is. So it's actually the instrumental part of it, of the music. The number of instruments that you need for your music, and you know how they are going to be arranged. That is all melody for you. So as a songwriter, you need to take care of your melody. Make sure that it is the melody you want, and it is the melody you love, and it is the melody that your audience is going to love. So as a songwriter, melody is very important. And then I will kick right into the most important, or the part that maybe adds makes the better part of a good song, or a properly written song, or a properly composed song, and that is song structure. Now, song structure, first of all, for you to determine the kind of song structure that you're going to have, even before I define song structure, you will have to know the genre of music that you want to write. So if you are that guy who writes pop music, you need to know pop music, how pop music sounds. If you are that guy who does gospel, you need to know how gospel sounds. And gospel, the better part of gospel is that it cuts through almost all the music genres that we have, because we will have pop gospel, we will have jazz gospel, we will have reggae gospel, and we also have classicals. We have hymns that are you know, gospel songs, and they're classicals. So you know, you basically you need to know the kind of genre that you are writing. You know, if you're writing jazz, know your genre. Then from then you will know how to do your music structure. And so music structure is like just the arrangement of the song. For excuse me, is that Margaret Odera or who? Please mute your mic so that we can just concentrate here. Thank you. So song structure is the arrangement of a song. For those of you who maybe have stepped into a studio to record a song, you will hear producer or anyone there telling you that you need to have your song arranged properly. You know, it's a part that maybe we don't really understand, but you know, you have to get it properly. So you have to arrange a song in that it has a particular pattern that it follows. So I'm sorry about my background, it's a bit noisy. You will just have to yeah, mind, not mind. Thank you. Yeah, it's okay, Margaret, it's okay. So song structure, we have like 6 types of song structures that we may need regardless of the genre of music that you are going to write. There are 6 main song structures that we will find ourselves using or writing in regard to. So number 1, we call it bar form by kukunywa pombe. Let me I'm sorry, that is a very pathetic example to use. Bar, I'm trying to log in another device here so that I can use it to communicate to you guys in the chat box. Sorry about that, but it is B-A-R, bar form, just like that. From the word bar, kama baso. Yeah, so that is the first music structure that we use for music composition. And that kind of structure, for those who are already so familiar with writing, you don't have to say bar form. You can say AAB. Please just allow me to log in a device, then I'll be able to write that for you in the chat box. So you can also call it AAB, so that instead of using bar form, you can say that your music structure is in the structure AAB. So when you say that to someone, they will be able to understand you, especially if they are people who are musicians, or there are people who are song producers. They will be able to understand you. Thank you. Let me just write that in here. It's bar form, also known as AAB. Exactly. So AAB, the meaning of the term AAB is that your song is in the structure that it has a stanza and another, then maybe a chorus or a bridge. So that in your arrangement of song, you have doesn't matter the number of stanzas you are going to have in the songs. By stanzas, I mean verses. So doesn't matter the number of verses you are going to have in the song. They could be 10, they could be 2, but you are going to sing all the stanzas before you sing your bridge, or you are going to sing all your verses before you sing the chorus. So the AAB are abbreviations of terms that are related to people who came up with this structure, and I will talk about that in detail in the intermediate course. So just have that knowledge for now, that it's AAB, which is also called bar form song structure, that is following the form of first singing all the verses, then inserting your bridge or chorus or whatever thing you want to add at the end. And another song structure that we use is 32 bar form. Let me write that here. Sorry. 32 bar form. Now 32 bar form is also called a ballad, and it is a form of an American classical. It was used in ancient America for the composition of classical music, and it consists of 4 sections. So when you hear me say the term ballad, actually means it consists of 4 sections, and it is also abbreviated as A. Let me write that. AA, BA. AABA means that you will have, let's say the song has 10 verses and then a chorus. You will have yourself singing maybe the first 5 verses, then sing the chorus, then go back to the remaining 5 verses. Or let's say it has 2 verses and a chorus. You will have yourself sing the first verse, sing the chorus, then finish with the second verse without going back to the chorus or going back to the bridge, whatever you have for your music. So you will have yourself first singing the verses, then inserting the chorus, going back to the verses. It means it has a repetitive section that you have to finish with. If it's the verses, you will have to do the verses, then do the chorus, and then go back to the verses. So that is it's called the 32 bar form. That is also called AABA. Any question before I continue? I'm trying to make this as quick as possible because I don't want to keep you guys here for long. All right. And then the next song structure that we are going to talk about is verse, chorus, song structure. Verse and chorus form. Verse and chorus form. Now, in this type of song structure, you will have only a verse and a chorus without any other stuff. No, hakuna verses mingi, hakuna a bridge. You only have a verse and a chorus. And I will give examples of these when we discuss them in detail later. And you will be able to identify some of your favorite songs that have these structures, and you will actually love it. And you know, when you have that information, you feel equipped as a songwriter. So when you go out there making your own music, you know, you don't just write words, you don't just fix rhythms and music. You actually know what you do, you know what you want to achieve, and you know what you have to do to achieve it. So that was the third one, verse chorus form, that I've said has a verse and a chorus. And most of this time, in most of these cases, these verses always have a bigger variation in rhythm from the chorus, so that it's very distinct. You are able to know which part is the chorus, which part is the verse, and maybe they could be doing a repetition of the same, but there are only 2. A verse and a chorus. They might repeat it as many times as they want, but it is a verse and a chorus. And the next one is called a ternary form. Ternary. Ternary
Excuse me,
form.
sir.
Yes.
I have a question. For this one, verse and chorus,
Yes.
is it one verse only?
Yes, like one verse moja pekee, and a chorus. So it can be repeated as many times as possible, but it is the same words. Let me use that so that you understand. Yeah, it is the same words, a verse and a chorus.
Okay.
So we have ternary form, also abbreviated as A, B, A. Let me that for you. A, B, A. So ternary form consists of three parts. You will have a verse, a chorus, and then another verse. So that you sing your first verse, sing your chorus, then sing your third verse. Now, in this type of structure, you might also have repetitions, but you are not introducing another stanza. You are repeating the stanzas that you have, so that your song only has three parts: a verse, a chorus, and another verse. So the difference between ternary form and verse chorus form is that there could be repetitions, but in ternary form, we have two different verses and a chorus. We have two different verses and a chorus. So we could be repeating the verses, but we have to do the same words that are in the verses, the two verses that we have in our composition. Right? So like I said, I will go deeper into this, giving examples so that we can also relate to them. And then the second last form, music structure is called a strophic form. Strophic. Strophic form also has the form AAA. So strophic form is like most of the hymns we have that's, don't have a chorus. It is a verse after a verse after a verse after a verse after a verse, like that, without a chorus. So strophic form is this kind of music that has only verses, no bridge, no bridge, no chorus. You will do your verses. Maybe you will repeat them as many times as you want, but there are no chorus or verses. Means that every line, every line is sung in the same way till the end of the song. No chorus or a bridge. So that is strophic form. And then the last music structure or song structure that we are going to talk about is called 12-bar blues, and it's a unique one. It's called 12-bar blues. Let me write that here. 12-bar blues. Now, 12-bar blues, just as the name, is a type of music that is used in composing blues, and also used in developing jazz repertoires for those who do jazz. Jazz and blues are almost the same thing. They use the same scales. So actually, jazz borrows the blues scale. The blues as a music genre is very unique because the scale that it uses is only used to make blues. And for those of you who will take piano lessons, we will talk about that in depth. But for those of you who are talented singers, there is a progression that almost, if not all, blues songs follow. And it's called 6-5-4. Now, 6-5-4, let me speak now as a pianist to you guys so that you can understand me properly. 6-5-4 means that in a scale where music is written, every music, especially the ones that we are talking about, pop and pop, gospel, and blues, some blues, and reggae, they are always written in what we call major scales. Now, these major scales, they have notes that are denoted and numbered from 1 to 8. And they are also given alphabetical names depending on the scale in which you are playing. So the way they are denoted from number 1 to 8 means that in a major scale, we have a total of 8 notes. Now, these 8 notes in the blues, in the 12 bar blues, as a music structure, we pick the 6th note, the 5th note, and the 4th note, and all the music is going to revolve around it, around the 6th, the 4th, the 5th, and the 4th note. So depending on the arrangement you want to give them, we will have only those chords played: the 6th chord, the 5th chord, and the 4th chord. That is the form that almost, if not all, blues songs follow. Now, this is also an idea that is borrowed by people who play jazz, people who do jazz improvisation and building jazz repertoires. They borrow this same musical arrangement to compose their songs. So those are the 6 types of song structures that you need to know as someone who is equipping themselves to being good writers, and actually writers whose works are enjoyable. Do anyone of you have a question?
Kindly Vic, hebu ungerudia hiyo 12 bar blues. Sijaelewa vizuri.
Okay, I knew. Nilikuwa tunajua lazima mniulize. I was just wondering, why are they not asking? Okay, let me repeat. Now, I said that this might not make sense to a lot of you, or to many of you, sorry. It makes sense to those who are music players. That for every song, especially the songs that we listen to regularly, and when I say that, I mean pop music, I mean the Afro pop, that is pop music already. We have gospel and reggae. These kind of songs are composed on what we call major scales. Now, we have a lot of scales that are known to people who play music. And just to name them so that I can also amaze you, is that we have major scales, we have minor scales, we have pentatonic scales, we have the blues scales, we have the chromatic scales. So, you know, depending on the genre of music you are making, you will have your music composed on a specific scale. So this music that we listen to most often are composed on major scales. And on that scale, there are 8 notes. And the notes are numbered from 1 to 8. So as I was saying, the 12 bar blues is mostly taking 3 notes from that scale. mostly taking 3 notes from that scale. And also, just so you understand me properly, on those notes, we build what we call chords. Now, when you take, when you play 2 or more notes together, they form what we call a chord. Now, those chords are what we use to make the 12-bar blues. Now, making the 12-bar blues takes chords that are built on the 6th note, the 5th note, and the 4th note of a major scale. Okay, so those who do blues, most of the time, that is the progression that their song takes: 6, 4, 6, 5, 4, or 5, 4, 6, or 5, 4, or 5, 6, 4, depending on whichever arrangement they want to make. Their songs are always on the 3 notes or the 3 chords. Somebody understood me this time, right?
Yeah, almost there.
Usijali. Now, when you register for the intermediate course, now we will go in depth with a lot of demonstrations and illustrations and drawing, pictograms and diagrams, so that the idea is properly understood and made helpful to all of you. So any other question? Yeah, looks like you guys understood the types of song structures that we have. Just to run through again the types of song structures we have, I said number 1, we have the bar form. And I said that the bar form takes the form AAB, which means you will have your verses sung first before you sing your chorus or your bridge. Then we have the 32-bar form, which takes the abbreviation AABA, which means if you have, like, let's say 4 verses in the chorus, you will have yourself do the first 2 verses, sing the chorus, then come back, do the 2 verses, or do 1 verse, sing the chorus, come back, do your 3 verses, in whichever way you want to, but you will have to sing a verse, go back to the chorus, go to the chorus, and then finish with a verse. And then we have the verse chorus form that I said consists of only 1 verse and 1 chorus, and can be repeated the number of times that you like, depending on the the amount of time you're given in the gig. Ama ukiambiwa saa yako ya testimony ni 5 minutes and your testimony lasts for 2 minutes, just take the other 3 minutes to do a chorus, a verse chorus song, and you can repeat as many times as you like, in the condition that you only sing a verse and a chorus. And then we have the ternary form that takes ABA form, which means you will have a verse, a chorus, and a verse, and that's it. 2 verses and a chorus. You can repeat the verses as many times as you want, but we have 2 verses and a chorus. That is the ternary form as a music structure. And I said it consists of 3 parts. You can even see that from the abbreviation. And then we have the strophic form. Now, strophic form is where you have verses only, no chorus, no bridge, nothing. Those who are from churches where they still sing hymns with those hymn books, and you understand there are some hymns that don't have a chorus. You will have to sing the verses, like 11 of them, without singing a chorus, and they have the same tune. That is strophic song structure. And then we talk about the 12-bar blues as the last music structure that I said takes the 6th, 5th, and 4th note of a major scale, and that is what we use for the composition. I hope you guys understood that, and thank you very much. I have to finish at that. So like I said, all these will be discussed in depth in the intermediate course that will start on 17th of May. So after tomorrow, which is also our last episode, our last free episode, actually the 5th episode, we will have 2 weeks to 2 weeks to do the registration and stuff like that. Then the course starts on 17th of May. And as I stated before, the course is certified. And after you finish all this, all the lessons successfully and properly, you will have a certificate that is indicating that you have learned. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is the certificate for? How is it going to help me? Now, let me give you an example. We have competitions out here. We have America's Got Talent and the Britain Got Talent. Recently, we had the East African Got Talent. Now, when these competitions are grown, some of the competitors are paying for people to do for them music composition. And a good example of that is Madam Helen Tawali. She was just about to go to the to UK. She was going to be a songwriter in the Britain Got Talent before the pandemic, ruined everything. So, when you go to search a platform and you go there and tell them, I'm a certified songwriter, they will consider you. And, it's not only the information that you have. After this, you have to build your own, resume. Go do a lot of writing. Even if you're not singing, do a lot of writing. There are people whose work is specifically writing songs for these musicians you see, these artists you see out here. Those are not what they've written by themselves. It is written by someone else. Their work is to sing because they are talented, they have the voice, but they don't have the brains to write words that actually make sense. So they will have someone who writes for them and then they sing, and you can do that. There are people who are performing arts instructors and directors. There are video directors. They are not just video directors. They are people who have learned performing arts, and there are people who are certified for that. There are people who go to school, college, to be music directors and film directors, theater directors. There are people who are puppetry directors. So, it's a lot of things that revolve around this. There are people who are vocal coaches, and they are paid to do that. And my mom is one of them. She does vocal coaching, and Madam Helen Tawali, she does vocal coaching, and she's paid for that. Taking care of a band, knowing how they are going to do their song arrangements, their harmonies, that is something that you can be paid for. And that is what I'm teaching you. So feel privileged to have had this information at this point, because you are on a gold mine right now. And Rod will tell you that these opportunities, you don't just find them anywhere. And I have very good deals for you. Let's deal with tomorrow's episode. Then when we finish, when we start the marketing of the course, I will talk to you guys about the cost and also the deals that we can strike with you guys, so that we also become affordable. So thank you guys for sticking in. Unless one of you has a question, I'm going to eject you out of this room. All right, looks like Rod left as well. He had some other business to attend to. So I see you guys tomorrow in our last episode, the 5th episode. And then we by hope or by faith, I hope that we also meet on 17th May. I can see Faith giggling. Yes, tomorrow we are having our last episode, which is a free episode, just like this. And then we will start the marketing of the course. So have a good night, guys. I see you tomorrow. Tomorrow will be better. Today we've had a lot of problems with the power and stuff, but I believe and I hope that tomorrow will be a better day. So thank you guys. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Vikas.
Thank you.